Black Mirror was dope. Let's talk about it. NERDSoul. Late Ill Kid at OneYoungsta, holding it down, bringing that StreetGeek and NERDSoul. What is up, my people, today? Oh yeah, we come with another wonderful episode of On Screen. This weekend just passed. We know everybody saw it. Everybody had a good time. Now let's talk about my favorite episode of Black Mirror. So if you're not up on Black Mirror, actually, I'm not exactly sure why you're even watching this episode right now. You need to pause this, watch some Black Mirror, and then come back. But Black Mirror is an anthology series similar to Twilight Zone or Tales from the Crypt or Outer Limits, something like that. But it's based more in the vein of what technology could do to us as a society. And sometimes where it goes wrong. Well, most times how it goes wrong. And this season, which is season 4, had some great bright spots, some more cool stories, some more craziness. We had stuff like USS Callister, where you see, how real are digital beings. You had Archangel, which dealt with like trauma and, being able to try to be a parent, but also watch your child and how far should that go. You have so many crazy parts inside this, and then some bright spots like Hang the DJ, which I thought was quite cute. But let's talk about what my favorite episode was, which is of course Black Museum. First, I have to give props to Black Museum for being an anthology inside of an anthology, which is taking you like layers deep, son. Also, I like the way that they weaved in different threads, different particles, different products, different pieces of the stories that we've seen in the first 3 seasons, like different pieces and parts, and also showed us new things inside of the lore of Black Mirror and showing us that this is a much broader, crazy world that we're living in. The thing that really kind of like touched me is the way this story was told, because at first you're thinking that the young lady is definitely the victim. I mean, come on, man. It's dealing with technology. It's scary stuff. She's broke down in the middle of the desert. There's this Black Museum there. She's all by herself. She looks like helpless and defenseless. She's just a little wide-eyed kid or something. But they turn the tables very quick, on you at the end. And I love how they navigate you through that, because she is so inquisitive, so open, and so inviting to this man who's running the Black Museum. And there is just, the craziness that he goes through with these stories. The story with the doctor is a very interesting story of, pain and pleasure, and also dealing with that technology piece that he definitely shouldn't have had in the first place. Then you have the married couple, which really dealt with just like loss and maybe being able to save a loved one from a coma and things like that. And the thing that I liked about this is that the man that's running the Black Museum was always played kind of like a crossroads demon. He was definitely played, but like someone who is, if this was supernatural, based, he would be like that demon that makes a deal for your soul. Like the way he lures people in, the way he feeds them the story, the way he sells these products to them until something goes wrong. And then he has always this added little piece to improve it or make it better or help out just a little bit or help you cope with it. And I thought that was a nice addition to his character, because he could have just been straight up evil. But you see this charismatic, sly craziness to him through the whole story. And I gotta give Black Museum some credit for that. Like, there is just so much to love about this episode. Now, what I'm really gonna get to is just like the craziness, which I hope we can get from in further seasons. But of course, before we get to that, KUROBrand is gonna help us pay them bills. Oh yeah, check it. Find yourself a shirt, a hoodie, a hat, all that good stuff at the link below at KUROBrand.com. Once you find something you like, of course, cop it. So let's talk about this Black Museum and all of the items within. I definitely love this episode, but I would love to get maybe a couple of more episodes to see this museum in its heyday. Or maybe like just a spin-off season. Like, you know, a season, like just one season of Black Museum, like maybe 4 episodes about the different items and him talking about the different items, because we got 3 episodes inside of 1 episode. So you could tell technically about 12 stories inside of that 4 episode arc, because Black Museum is intriguing. The items within are intriguing. And I think there's a lot of unique stories and a lot of craziness that can come out of that, especially with, man, the host of the Black Museum is just so slyly creepy that he really draws you in. But back to the episode, in the last story we tell, you get to see the young man that was, of course, put to death by the chair. And that's when we get our reveal that this young lady is there for a reason. And I love how the tables were turned. I love how she played it straight all the way through. And I love how in this one, and in other episodes too, but in this episode definitely, the host got his just dessert. You know, he got what he deserved in this situation. Unfortunately, we couldn't get everyone back. And maybe there's a storyline where this young lady tracks down everyone else, which would show her turn to something maybe worse. But you get to see her even save the wife that was in the bear. You get to see her kind of like redeeming herself for her mother, who is actually inside of her head, which shows like the tie between the different storylines, the different technologies. There's just so much inventiveness inside this episode that I think that this episode really deserves some light shine right up on it. Now, as a whole, Black Mirror's finales are always fresh. Like, each finale of every year is killer. And this one is no different, man. I loved Black Museum. Probably gonna watch it again today. I cannot get enough of how they told these stories inside of this overarching story. And they did it, and think about it. These days, a theatrical film will take 2.5 hours to tell you a story that you ain't interested in. And they took like 50 minutes and told you like 4 stories that were all crazy, all weird, and all worked inside of one overarching story. I gotta give Black Museum its props. Anyway, of course, guys, I wanna know what your favorite episode, of course, was of Black Mirror Season 4. Was it USS Callister? Was it Hang the DJ? Was it Archangel? Any of those episodes? Or, of course, Black Museum, because Black Museum is crazy dope. But before it bounce, I gotta tell you guys to hit up ThatNERDSoul.com. That's right, check me out right there. All them episodes from the oldest, newest, latest, greatest, and all that. Then hit up shop.ThatNERDSoul.com and pick yourself up a t-shirt, player. And don't forget to get one for them playettes. Then come back here, like, comment, subscribe, and share that nerd soul. That's right, there's no better way that I can show people that you like what you are watching. So, of course, LA, what up? BA, what up? RVA, you got my heart. And please be good to yourselves. Please be good to each other. And remember, y'all, digital dogs, robot dogs, crazy dogs mixed into one ain't good for your health. Peace.